No.
Welcome back. We took a month off.
Yeah.
It's only 3 weeks.
It's been a while. 3 weeks, yeah, that's true. It's almost a month. It's been a month since we played, so one way or another. A little bit of a scuffed start, but we'll get there. But last time, I was going to say it wasn't scuffed, but it was scuffed. You got away clean, though. It was a victory. You stole that statue off of the top of the Dragon Communion's building. Their great big dragon statue. Put that onto your, I was going to say raft, but it's much larger than that. Because there's two boats strapped together. A barge, I guess?
Yes.
Your barge. Your nice makeshift barge that Kobe wrapped ropes around to get them all stuck together and made an oiled up ramp so you could slide the statue up onto the boat. Monster science, it works.
All things were perfectly accounted for.
Exactly. There was a kobold costume involved, and
We got a dragon high.
yeah, a magical disappearing dagger that made a kobold yelp sound.
It wasn't a kobold costume, it was a baby dragon
Right,
costume.
sorry, it was a baby dragon costume that a kobold was wearing.
Yeah.
So in a sense, it was a kobold costume, in that it was a costume for a kobold. So
I didn't say
anyways,
anything. You do you.
oh, do we have the map, by the way? I just realized. That's probably not super necessary,
Map.
but yeah, the dungeon map. There we go, alright.
I was forgetting one of several things.
Ferdinand, move your balls.
Find space for
No, my balls.
It's on the corner of your left hand there, yeah. So if we just want to roll that half of it out.
My balls will be structurally integral.
You can use your balls to hold the map down.
That's what I said.
We have map.
Go. We have a map. The rat queen has been unveiled.
Yes, because today we begin with downtime.
Yeah.
We all successfully escaped. We already handled XP last time. But everyone, I don't know if we already handled this, if you need to clear your stress or clear out any conditions you have, if you're bloodied or wounded or taken shock or anything.
I'm sure I didn't have any of those at least.
Yeah, you probably had some stress, but we can clear that out next time.
I don't think I did.
Well, yeah, considering you hid the entire time while the rest of us.
It's possible you didn't, yeah.
I really didn't.
So I can get rid of my 5 stress.
Either way, it would go away, so it doesn't matter. Yes, so you can handle all of that. We handled
Yeah.
XP last time, so we don't need to do that this time. But what we
Just
will
for me?
do...
Yes, and
Thanks.
so you can write down whatever notes.
Good idea. So what we'll do now is we do our loot rolls.
You already rolled mine, if you recall.
Right,
Three
yes,
sixes.
exactly. You're gonna get a second invisibility cloak, unfortunately they don't stack.
Well, no, I get a big dragon
Layer
statue.
them. Yeah, there you go. So,
I rolled a 6, a 6, and a 5, so that dragon statue you stole, that's gone. It's something else now.
so you looted a place that was a higher tier than you, so you get 1 die by default. And Kobe managed to stay behind and get some extra loot before you left. It's a bit of a risky play, but he pulled it off. So everybody gets 2 dice. Go ahead and roll them, and the numbers are separate. It's not take higher, we're gonna just roll both. And,
2 5s.
2 5s, very nice.
That's a 1.
I got 2 1s.
So
Oh, no.
Paul
Take
Neal
this
gets
crap.
2 gold.
Give me a die I can read.
A 3 and a 6.
No,
Three
the
and
green
6.
one.
The 3 is you enjoy revelry and you gain a dark heart or morale, but you possibly overdo it if you're already full on those. Alright. And then the 6, we'll get back to that later. Any other 3s, 5s, 4s, any of
I
those?
got 2 5s.
2 5s, 2 gold for you, sir.
2 gold for Joe.
I was gonna say Oshit, but that's not correct.
Gladys.
Gladys, thank you. Gladys, what did you roll?
2 1s.
2 1s. Okay, so you were gonna double enjoy your revelry, whatever that
Nice.
is. Your revelry, I do have this written down,
Violence.
Male gnomes.
is violence indeed. So
You're gonna smack him around, aren't you?
Ooh, that'd be nice.
maybe just spend some time with your lone remaining prisoner.
Oh no.
Who's down there? All of his friends are dead. Some of them met more gruesome ends than others. But
How could you not read these?
It's impossible.
so you'll get 2 dark hearts if you want to write that down.
Yeah.
And we'll handle that next time. As you just spend all of your time and all of the extra money you earned just you spend it all on violence. I don't know how you spend your money on violence. How does Gladys spend money on violence?
He just pitch the coins right into people's eyeballs.
Yeah, that's one way to do it, I guess. It's like you're feeling very generous walking around, like people are begging on the streets for money, and you're just
Give them all the money they ask
give them what you
for.
asked for. That is terrible.
The poor little orphan looks up at me with these pleading eyes.
You'll be better at begging tomorrow.
Yes.
Be
You gotta
grateful.
put the coins over their eyes so they can pay for their passage over the sticks. And why wait until they're dead first?
That is terribly evil. So
Just forward thinking.
excellent monster move there. Somebody else did their revelry. It was Kobe. What your revelry is? Something I had it here. I scrolled down.
Meat.
Meat. Okay, so that makes a lot of sense. That's easy. You just buy a lot of meat, and we see Kobe down in the workshop just stuffing his face with meat as he works on something
Not
else.
gluttony in general, meat specifically.
Specifically, it's meat gorging. Specifically, the revelry. Excellent. And then Kobe also got a 6, right? Mm-hmm. So,
I like the idea that one day you just buy like a single filet mignon and just stare at it for a few hours and then viciously eat it.
absolutely. So, Kobe, you find something valuable in the loot, and the tiers of items in this game are essentially it's like mundane, like basic, and then there's valuable and powerful. So it's not something as powerful as the cloak that Metal got. That would be a powerful item. But something valuable. It could be a piece of equipment with an edge to it, or like a minor magic item, or maybe a decently powerful potion, or something like that. What are you thinking?
How about a pogo stick you can't fall off with?
A pogo stick.
You just tie yourself.
I was
Strap
gonna
a
say-
prisoner to the pogo stick.
Oh, imagining it just like handcuffs around, automatically handcuffs your ankles and wrists to it when you grab on.
No matter how badly you go, it just rights itself before you eat shit.
Okay, so a self-balancing pogo stick.
Yes.
Okay, that makes sense. So you've got a pogo stick as the item, and it's got the edge self-balancing.
Does it go doing?
Absolutely.
That's the way I was imagining it.
It's hard to stealth.
That can
but
be the
it's fun.
downside, is it's loud. So it's a loud, self-balancing pogo stick. Because it goes...
See, the greatest crime with you not having your bag is we don't have the pies.
Oh yeah. Terrible. Should
It
have
is.
left
I mean,
him
look,
here.
look at poor Taylor. He can barely survive.
He has to pet the cat for souls.
Now, yeah, the cat's just turned away from you, just shunning you completely.
Okay. So your dungeon tier did increase this time,
Excellent.
as we explained at the end of the last session, because you went on a pillaging raid, which requires the process of doing one expedition to set something up, a bit of a setup raid, which is when you got your boats and things, and then you can go on a pillaging raid, and you have to attack something much higher level than yourself to do that. So that all worked out. Did I roll our discovery roll last time? I don't think I did.
I do not remember.
I don't think I did.
I don't know all I have written in the corner.
We had
of my sheet
the-
is downtime.
Yeah, the Thunderdome was from a while ago, right? So, yeah, let's do that real quick. Let me handle what this was.
I don't know where the dungeon sheet is. Oh, it's right there.
Oh, it's alright. It will probably be. Let me see here.
What?
Nothing.
Dungeon discoveries. Here we go.
You need a
Do you have any idea where you were on your project clock? With whatever it is you were doing?
No.
Okay.
I don't think she had a project.
No?
Or she was like upgrading the ghost room.
Yeah.
Did I complete that though?
I
No.
have no idea.
So no, I don't remember.
So,
It wasn't. I don't think it was very full.
do we have something to draw on this with?
Yes.
Do we have something nearby, or?
Good lord. We should have just attacked. We just attacked Yemen. Go team.
I don't remember doing that.
Well, no, that's because we did it with the British. Nobody remembers what the British do.
Sniff at me, cat.
So when you got back and you had all this major partying, we got there eventually. All
We're
of this major
cowboys.
partying. Yes, exactly.
Partnering.
There was lots of meat thrown around. There was lots of violence, lots of gorging, of course,
Yeah.
and great celebration of all the wealth you brought back. Your minions were full of motivation, and they got to work. They previously dug this tunnel here all on their
Yes.
own, and just by their natural movements through that area, it's slowly gotten wider and wider over time. And they accidentally stumbled into an area here, which is like a natural cave, like that, and it has in it a pitch black pool
Oh, that's spooky.
filled with very inky liquid.
Now the minions, those are the baby rats, right?
So the baby rats,
Okay.
yes. So that is a tier 3 room.
Oh my.
And what that room will do for you is every cycle, somebody can get one of your minions to go in there and bring a bottle in and dunk it and get some of the extra liquid out of the pool. And that'll give you a potion that can heal the bloodied condition.
Oh, nice.
Hi, kitty.
Thank your minions.
Nothing
for
bad
that.
will possibly happen from curing our wounds using the pool of inky blackness.
Yeah,
And there's no
definitely.
limit to how many of those we can have
Uh,
stored.
Mechanically, yeah, you can only have one. So it's once per
Gotcha.
cycle somebody can cure the bloodied condition using the pool, basically.
But I mean, like once per cycle, they can go get a bottle of it. But is there a limit to how many we can have stored?
Mechanically, once per cycle somebody
So we
can
just
heal.
flash back to the moment that we took that potion.
Yes, exactly.
God.
We could explain other things with that, like maybe later on, like, let's make a potion facility by draining the inky blackness swamp or whatever,
Yeah.
right? Yeah, that kind of stuff. But for now, all your minions will get you is that one per cycle.
And if you don't use it, you don't get a second one.
The minions do their dark experimentation with it if we don't use it.
Ooh.
Exactly.
One of the rats falls and gets a scraped knee and cries to Mama Rat.
Exactly.
Fetch the potion!
You're
my
baby.
They're not using it.
Think.
Why is that her voice though?
So here's something you all can choose.
Yeah.
Is you get to add a creature layer of an equal tier to your new tier, so a tier 1 layer. And then we can decide what kind of creature it moves in.
Ooh.
So wherever you want to put that, and whoever wants to draw it.
We want to do a were-barracuda layer.
What?
Yeah.
That was a lot of sounds.
The pool is the trash room for the were-barracuda.
That was very
It takes the bones of its victims and then it just throws the rest of them away.
What's with you and fish?
I like fish.
I like the were-barracuda idea.
That implies that they're humanoid in some fashion.
Yes, but we never see the humanoid form.
We install a crystal that always radiates the light of the full
Yes. They'll never see it coming. I don't know who they are, but they will never see it coming. Any other ideas?
He spends a lot of time meditating. He's an aware barracuda.
Wow.
We could have 1 million earthworms.
Does that count as one creature?
Yes.
What if the were-barracuda is also a bear?
Aware,
That could be
aware
its other form.
barracuda.
Oh, were-barracuda.
True.
A water barracuda.
We can just keep on adding. We should start with the basic version, and
Yes.
every time we rank up, you add more and more adjectives to the more powerful ones.
Yeah.
Water barracuda.
How is that useful to us?
So
How is any of
The
this?
aware barracuda.
So the creature layer is a powerful defense for adventurers coming into your building, right? They start down here, and they move their way in, and you have a lock here that's going to guide adventurers towards that room. And then this is your vehicle bay, which we'll actually complete today as well. But as soon as they open this door, this rat will attack them. the Mama Rat, and that will drain some of the adventurers' resources before they progress farther into your dungeon. This staircase leads to here, and then we have this trap, which is going to trick them into, I think, leaving things behind. That's on Gladys's sheet, but we can do that later.
Yes.
They probably won't go in the Thunderdome room. If they do, maybe somebody will get zapped, but there's a chance they don't. It depends on the adventurers, basically. Then that staircase leads to your sanctum, and this is where the final boss fight would happen, with you're the bosses. So, if you want to put in this, you can move the staircases, by the way. So if you
nice.
wanted
Can
to
we-
like put a layer here and then move the staircase back, you could. And you also want to keep in mind the dungeon hierarchy. Your minions are always happier and have more morale when the weaker things are up front, because they prefer that the powerful things happen at the back of the dungeon, because that's the dungeon logic.
And this is the same strength as the rat.
This is
This would be a tier 3, right?
so the
No, tier one.
rat.
Oh.
Yes, it would be the same tier as the rat.
Can we put a level like between the two levels? Like it goes down that stairs and then the new room and then the stairs continue to there?
Yeah, I think that's fine.
Okay.
That's possible. It's
Get
fine.
over there and go draw a bear.
Is that what we're doing? What does a were-barracuda look like?
Barracuda.
Oh, okay.
Barracuda. Yeah. So we're adding a
I'm
new
not that
floor.
long.
Are you sure?
We can do the like. We can use more space on that side of the map too if you want. But.
What if our monster room is just one guy named Greg?
Greg? Mm-hmm. It's a terrible
He's just
name.
hanging out.
You don't want to get on his bad side, though.
He mostly just confuses the adventurers. They're like, why is there just a dude here? See, I'm not even attacking you. I don't know what you guys want from me. They'd think it was a trap and expend much time and resources trying to get around something that isn't actually in their way.
Wonderful. That is terrifying. That will absolutely work on the adventurers, I think.
Nice.
And there we go.
Can you just write T1 in one of the corners there? Thank you. Excellent. And who will be taking care of the were-barracuda on their sheet? Somebody.
Swarms of baby rats, they're pretty good for everything.
That person has to.
Yeah, so one of the.
Rats aren't people.
Yeah, because.
Oh, I see. It has to go on somebody's sheet.
Yeah, during an adventure raid on your dungeon, it would be really boring if me as the GM just sat here and rolled a bunch of dice and moved adventures
Well,
through
who wrangles the rat queen?
I do.
Well, then the were-barracuda can be yours too.
I
You
can do
be
that.
the general animal handler.
There we go.
Is that?
Right, so when we get attacked, we just make Taylor roll against him back and forth.
It's not a big deal.
Isn't this fun, guys?
Barracuda, and he is a fish.
It only makes sense.
No, I think that's why he shouldn't do it. He's too close to the cave.
They're probably related somehow.
We can't risk him just having a conversation with it or something. Someone else needs to treat it like an animal.
Every time Carpolomew goes down there, they just have a conversation nobody can understand.
They come back and say, "We're cool guys. We're I swear, we're cool."
They're not cool. They argue all the time.
We shall say.
Mostly over curtains and decorative choices.
Excellent. We shall also. This is no longer the bar, and this will go down. Alright. Cool. So now we know the order of things.
Yeah.
So you somehow managed to relocate the floors of your dungeon underground. I'm not sure how you did it, but you're all very crafty, and this is a very industrial
We simply take the hole and place it somewhere else.
Yes, you all
Spelled wrong.
you were telling your minions
Yes,
during the
I know.
construction process, like, of course we could do this by just keeping everything on the same level again, but trust us, for our master plan, it's necessary for us to take down everything, dig a little deeper, and build it back up again from the bottom up. So you did that, and the minions, of course, all trust your judgment in this. It's a very very dungeon mastery behavior.
Yes.
So that's all good. So now we get to downtime. Everybody gets a downtime action. And of course, much like before, I know it's been a few weeks, but you can pay gold to get extra actions from your minions.
Did I get any money?
No.
Okay.
How did
You,
get
you
no
spent
money?
it all on meat,
Oh.
and then you saw that cool
Where are
pogo
they?
stick, and you were like,
Well,
I'm
the
going to take that instead of
downtime
mine.
project.
You'd think you'd get money with
Okay.
it, but no.
Thank you.
Because you didn't get any gold, see, I don't know if you had any gold left.
No.
Okay.
So my minions died last time. Can I
Yes.
rehire by spending gold?
So
I think that's how you get more,
Necromancer.
right?
you can either spend an action or a gold to rehire minions.
Okay.
So it'll be
Necromancer.
fresh with no upgrades, but yeah, you can.
Okay. I will spend a gold to hire the trout triplets.
Excellent.
I mean, it makes sense. They can't be the same ones.
So were the Bass Brothers 2 before, or were those 3?
They were 3.
There are 3. Can the trout triplets be 4 for no reason?
Yeah.
One of them is
Excellent.
adopted and they won't tell you which one.
Excellent.
So they have no upgrades.
Yeah, correct.
And what do they have for actions to start?
Good question.
I think they're what?
I think it's
1,
like
2, and 2 1s or something.
something like that. Yeah. Dungeon denizens, minions.
A 2 and 2 1s. I can tell
You
this
have
is
it
what I
right here
have.
on yours.
Oh yeah, but I didn't know if anything had changed that it caused me.
They also need
Yeah.
a dark impulse.
2 dice and 2 single dice ones.
Thank you.
Do. They don't have stress. Yep. Yeah, and then pay for upgrades is correct.
Does Kobe need any ticks to his clock there?
Their dark impulse is going to be disloyal.
Ooh.
When
Watch
you
out,
only do
triplets
one
heard
of
what
these things,
happened.
right? With no gold.
Yes, I believe you can only
Word travels
engage
fast.
in one
in Dark
downtime
Town.
project.
Excellent.
Is one of them to advance this?
I think that happens.
Just on its own?
You'd have to ask him.
What's going on?
I was just wondering what my options were too.
For downtown?
Yes, because I don't have any gold.
Gotcha.
You are so poor.
Well, for downtime.
I am flush with gold.
I need to reestablish my minions because they all died.
That's a good one, yeah.
So
Take an action or a gold.
I don't have any gold.
So you
at all,
take your
so
action.
I need to contact the spirit world. And,
Yeah, what does that look like? And I should ask Taylor as well. How does the process of gathering your trout triplets look? Do you just go to Carp Town?
I think I'm going to
Castle
saunter
Warren.
into Carptown and I'm going to challenge some people to some gambling. They're going to say, "We know your tricks." I'm going to say, "Oh, so you think you can outsmart me, right?" And they're like, "You're damn right." And they gamble bargain me down to a workable price and give me a very fake speech about how honorable and loyal they will be now that they have been vested in the ancient rite of gambling, while very clearly chuckling behind each other's backs with an obvious plot to betray me at a moment's notice.
And avenge the Bass Brothers.
Yes, they hated them, but they want to avenge them now
Of course.
because I'm the other person involved.
Everyone just wants an excuse
Yeah,
to do a vengeance.
Yeah,
yeah,
even if you hate the Bass Brothers, now there's no more Bass Brothers to hate, so all that hate's gotta go somewhere. right?
exactly.
Yeah. Alright, awesome. So how does Gladys get his new minions, and what are your minions?
That's a really good question. My minions were ghosts that that inhabited the nursing home that I lived in.
Right.
So I need to contact 3 more old ghosts, which I assume still inhabit the nursing home that I lived in.
Possibly. Was the nursing home the B&B, or was that a different place?
There's no map.
Right. But there was the B&B, which I don't remember if we actually established what it stood for.
I don't think
It
the
was-
B&B is a nursing home.
It was haunted though.
It was
Oh,
haunted.
yeah, the
It was
B&B was that
haunted.
building to
Yeah, I
the
don't-
right of the
I don't
town.
think it was on the map.
Okay. So it was an old place before you moved here.
Can you just get the ghosts of your ghosts?
Okay. Double ghost.
The double ghosts. Is that how ghosts multiply? They die and they split into 2 ghosts. So they divide like cells.
They're just more ghosty.
Just more ghosty.
They're less here.
They looked like people just kind of transparent before, and now they're like Mario cartoon ghosts.
It's like making a photocopy of a photocopy. It just degrades slowly over
Yeah,
time.
they're just starting to fade a little bit. We'll blur out the edges.
They went from ooh to nerd.
Yes,
Soon they will hit boo.
exactly.
Spooky man.
Eventually, they'll just hit like a text-to-speech voice saying "boo."
Can I do that? And then just like, once they degrade too much, I've got to go get new ones.
Sure, that's fine. You got the ghosts of the ghosts. They
Awesome.
they failed to go to the afterlife once again.
They just say
They
ghost.
couldn't resist the allure of being double ghosts.
Yeah, of course. And I think you had a special ability for that, right?
For getting them back?
Well, I'm just thinking related to your minions.
Yeah, I think you had a thing where you didn't have to pay.
To take them
Okay.
with me, yeah.
So when you get your minions, it gets the companion upgrade, which I can check real quick exactly what that means. The companion upgrade. They will always join a raid without asking for gold. Exactly.
What's a ghost gonna do with gold?
It's exactly. They can't take it with them. Okay, so that
They
makes
could if
sense.
they were Egyptian.
The other thing you get to choose is yeah, that's true. They just need pyramids. You get to choose 2 special abilities for your ghosts. Become invisible, manifest physically,
Right.
possess the weak-minded, or reveal information about the past.
They can manifest physically and possess the weak-minded.
Okay,
Or was
so
it
you
because
wanna
I'm
do,
invisible? Shoot, now I don't remember.
Yeah,
I
you
think it
gotta
was,
pick 2.
I went
And
back
here's
and
a
forth between
here's
those
a
two.
critical thing I didn't realize last time. Your minions can only use each of these abilities once per raid.
Okay. When I get new
Which means
minions,
a
do
lot
I
less.
choose the new abilities or do they keep the old ones?
That's up to you. You can have either.
Okay, so it can change.
Yeah, well, when they got
Alright.
photocopied, they're a little different. Right?
Okay. So I guess it doesn't matter which one I chose last time. So it was.
I like to think they go up, they see the pearly gates, and they try to enter, and then somebody just points to a photocopier on the right, and they're like sentenced to the photocopier. And they just wander over.
They put their faces down there.
Exactly.
They come floating sadly out the other side. Poor things. He has become invisible.
Yeah, I think that's what you had last time.
I think so too.
So you're doing possession and invisibility?
Yes.
Okay. So we kind of messed it up a little bit last time, because they shouldn't have been able to manifest physically to knock things over last time, because they didn't have that ability. And
Well, if I
You
did
use
that, then they
possession
did.
that's fair.
Because it would have been in front of me.
But they
now.
were also invisible and possessed things. So we had 3 somehow. But that's fine. Now we're learning the game.
We're living in the past, man.
We're learning the past. It's totally fine. We got through it. I like how that session went.
Taylor's
so.
gone. Rules don't apply.
We have to go back now.
I didn't
Where
even-
were we?
I didn't even know he was gone.
still-
Retcon everything.
Damn it.
We have to replay the scene with the dagger hitting Gladys hitting metal on the way up.
Taylor's a crab now.
Taylor's a crab now. Hi there. Taylor's a cat now, actually.
It's about time.
Take over. All right. Any other downtime activities we want to take note of here?
So I-
Toby, did you need a clock tick, sir?
I don't think I'm building much. I am investigating the lightning orb.
Oh, yeah, to figure out how that all works.
Okay.
So I cannot do that and tick my clock, right?
You could join Kobe's scene on it if Kobe did it, but you wouldn't mechanically be able to help. No, but you
No,
could
I
just
mean
be
I couldn't
there.
tick my own clock.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah, you took your one downtime action.
Well,
You
I
can
mean,
spend
if you
money
have a
on-
clock to tick, I can tick your clock for you.
I'm pretty sure I do.
Probably, but that's on your sheet.
Well, do you want to assume that your clock got ticked?
Sure.
Okay.
There we go.
'Cause
That's
I
one
can
tick.
I can tick 2 clocks.
Ah, there we go.
And you know, Taylor Cat, do you need
It's,
your clock ticked too? Yeah.
So, was your clock to investigate the lightning orb as well? 'Cause I think.
I think hers was to upgrade
I was
the trap
upgrading
room.
the trap room.
Oh, yes, okay. that
And I
makes
don't
sense.
remember, I'm pretty sure I was only like halfway done with that.
I think you're right about that because we didn't.
Because he spent all his help helping him.
Well, it
You
does
didn't-
say tier 2 trick. And I think you would have started with a tier 1. It kind of
Okay.
looks like a road
Maybe
2
it's already
over
done.
1.
Then we finished.
Oh,
I think we finished that.
We're amazing. We just
Yay.
dump everything into my clock that's actually on a sheet someone bothered to bring.
Wow.
don't make me throw coins in
Oh,
your
I
eyes.
mean, does Bartholomew need a tick?
Probably.
Does it have any
I mean,
clocks?
who the hell can tell?
Yeah, he.
Ask
got
the
it.
cat.
He
It's a
says
third
meow.
full.
Oh, there he is.
Hello.
Oh, hi.
He's returned.
Welcome back.
Thank you.
We're trying to distribute my ticks here, Bartholomew. You need a tick on the clock there.
I need to check and see what I have for clocks.
So I need to.
It's for the cat.
Oh,
Kitty cat.
Cat needs his own special seasoning.
why did you split your popcorn onto a plate?
Because I don't want to give germs to other people on the off chance that I'm sick. I don't think I am.
I didn't know we were sharing the popcorn.
Migraines are contagious.
Oh.
That's why I'm sitting all the way away from it.
My clocks.
But I'll steal more and not be guilty.
I have 3 points on the clock, and I didn't mark anything down. I don't know.
Let's see.
That might have been a clock just for the mission.
Were you messing with the vehicle bay?
So there's a vehicle bay which we'll get to because I will
Yeah.
be done.
Like I think I've been spending most of my resources on my minions.
That's fair. Yeah, I wonder what that could have been. I should have
feel-
listened to the whole last session instead of just the last 5 minutes.
I have no idea why I didn't mark anything down.
That's all right. So let's think about it. What would Bartholomew have possibly been working on?
It might have been the vehicle, but
Was it training the rat?
Maybe.
that also sounds
It
right.
sounds like maybe training the rat
Yeah.
to do something. That sounds.
Oh
right.
yeah.
Were you teaching it to talk?
No, he definitely was teaching it something.
It was definitely that.
Aren't you supposed to write things down?
That,
Well,
no,
I
we
don't-
are
I-
actually.
I remember all
All
of
things. I do. I write down role
Yeah.
plays.
See where mine says locked door underneath the clock?
Yeah.
the little ones were
Right.
running around speaking like a word. You were trying to
I think,
say
yeah.
the
The minions
phrase.
are trying to help. That's right. So you're probably trying to teach the rat to talk. I think that makes sense.
Okay. So yes, I could use a project clock tick if you have one to donate.
Most certainly do.
Thank you. I am now 4 ticks on my clock.
How many ticks do we get?
1 tick each.
Damn, son.
How far away are you now?
Well, my minions can take an action,
I
right?
think that's halfway.
Or does that cost money?
It costs money.
Fucking broke.
So I will take my action to progress that clock then.
All right. So you can determine whatever kind of action you think would help.
So you don't need a tick
progress
on
that.
stuff?
I guess not because you said that's already tier 2, so I must have
Okay.
already.
My parlayance with the Barracuda has led me down the path of
Kobe
monstrous
doesn't need a tick.
dialects that were previously
I
unknown
could.
to me.
I
So I
need-
try to
Okay, well,
talk using some of that new knowledge.
Okay.
I mean, I've got one to give you if you
So
need
is
a tick
that,
for something.
Yes.
What kind of action? Do you
That would be banter, which I've got nothing. I've got one
slash?
slashing. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Go ahead and roll the 2 tick lower and then add a tick up.
1.
One.
So I assume that's a fail, but banter now has a
Correct.
tick in it, correct?
So banter has a tick in it.
Yay.
With you.
Well, oh, sorry. misinterpretation.
Sorry.
I think it might be. I don't remember if you need to like one diagonal, the other diagonal, then you fill it, or if
Gotcha.
It's
if
three
both.
things, isn't it?
Okay, so I'll
What's
put
the
in
thing?
X.
It's 3 tries, isn't it, before you get it full?
That's what I thought, but I'm double checking.
That's what I
Okay.
remember it being. But
That sounds
Let's,
right.
let's go with that. So you've got an X in there now, and we'll fill it fully out later. So you're getting very close to learning how to banter, which is very good. The minions are going to help you, and they're a little bit less shit than they were before since you just ranked up.
Excellent.
How do your little imps improve after all this? You've gotten more equipment back here, more loot. You're finishing up the vehicle bay, which means somehow all of your equipment gets better, and all of your imps' equipment gets better in some way. How does that look for y'all?
They finally finished constructing a forge that can make metal instead of just like the paper mache and spray painted wood that we've been using.
So they're now meticulously carving a piece of armor out of a single ingot because they don't know any better yet.
It's just they have an ingot. They just carve it out. They made a really big ingot.
Yes.
It's okay, I got crafty tinkerer kobolds. They do all of the smart people work.
What if, since you're finishing the vehicle bay now, what if all of your little imps have roller skates?
Ooh.
Roller skate around.
I love that.
Very, very fast. Very efficient.
Very speedy.
Yes. All right.
So can I finish the lock then, Jordan?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, because I'm one tick off of that.
Yeah. Well, let's roll for it because it might be
Okay.
0 ticks.
Yeah. So what do I need to roll?
You want to determine how you're contributing to the lock, and then like through your actions. It could be tinker if you're just going,
Yeah, I
pretty
would say at this
standard,
point
or-
just tinker then.
All right. So tinker makes sense. So roll your tinker rating.
6 and a 2.
And was that take lowest? Do you have 0 dots or
No, I've got 2 dots.
2 dots? So 6. That's a full success. So yeah, you finish the lock.
Okay.
Do I have to roll to investigate the lightning?
Yes. You want to choose
That
whatever
does not
action.
walk awkward.
Was that this lock here?
Yeah, the door there going into the vehicle bay.
His little bones are sticking out.
So that would be my action then?
Yes. Your downtime action.
And could I spend a gold?
Yeah. So if you spend a gold, you'll have your minion take an action.
Well, no, I was going to spend a gold to upgrade the minion.
Oh yes, that absolutely works.
Okay. But that companion thing sounded useful. That way I don't need to pay them every time I need them to go scout something.
Yes.
I'm going to investigate the lightning thing with Smash.
Okay.
Because my plan is to just kind of hit it with varying objects, like a stick and a pipe, and
Okay.
see
Science.
how the lightning reacts
Makes
to
sense.
percussive force.
Go ahead and roll smash.
Have a bunch of
ought to be
minions all
good.
walk forward, all holding up different light
4.
rod materials.
4. So that's a mixed success. You get 1 tick.
And did you take my other tick then?
Yes.
Kobe. Okay, wonderful.
So you start, hitting the Thunderdome with sticks and rocks and weapons, and maybe at one point you're holding an imp by the ankles. And it's like, whang.
Hit it with the imp.
Yeah, exactly. And finally, when you hit it with the imp just gets vaporized in lightning, and you hear a thunder cloud up above.
Nice.
And you're like, write this down. So you're getting a little closer to figuring out how this thing works.
That's monster science.
That's monster science right there.
Hit it with stuff.
It's not,
That stuff is people.
Sometimes.
did you pick your metal upgrade? Or did you pick your minion upgrade?
Yeah, I'm just gonna go with that companion.
Oh, so companion is a special ability that you can't pay gold for,
Yeah,
unfortunately.
because it says upgrades 1 gold each.
Yes, sorry,
Okay.
that's
Oh,
a
that's
slight
fine.
clarification on that one. Companion
No
is a special
problem.
upgrade that comes only through calling abilities that grant you a companion.
Ah.
Unfortunately.
Like
Well,
the hunter can get
What
some.
can I
Yes.
choose from then? Because it's not obvious that on our sheet.
Companion's the only special one. So
Of
all the
course.
others are, all the others are selectable.
What does versatile do?
Versatile gets another 2-dot action and 2 more 1-dot actions.
Very handy.
Wonderful. We will go with that then.
Yeah, a lot more skills. That's pretty much twice as handy.
Eat my balls.
I don't like how they feel in my mouth.
Thank you for bringing
They're
that.
a little weird gum.
They're so powdery and kind of salty. And orange.
Should they be this
There's a
orange? It's a
surprising
weird
number of
orange.
So I think it's everybody's downtime actions. So the imps will take a downtime action, and like I said before, they're slightly less shit now. So they roll 1 die instead of 2 dice to take power. And they're going to continue trying to teach their mother how to talk because they learned first somehow.
Yeah.
And they rolled a 4, so that's 1 tick to that clock. Bartholomew.
Thank you.
As the
Their
minions continue to chant little words.
the volume of their brain cells all put together is greater than the volume of the queen's brain, so they're
Exactly.
collectively more intelligent.
Yeah, and once an idea makes its way into one of the imps' heads, it's a chain reaction. It makes it into all of theirs eventually.
They've got like a hive mind.
Yeah, it's less that and more like they each turn to the one next to them and just tell it, and it just chains all the way down.
They share a lot of memes on their Discord.
Yes, exactly. They're just very active on the company Slack. All right. So that's the downtime phase.
Woo.
Huzzah.
Huzzah!
Our empire grows.
Inwards.
Now I review the dungeon logic. You do have some powerful monsters behind, like your minions and stuff. You are going deeper and deeper underground. That's a good thing.
At what point does the vehicle room get upgraded?
Oh, thank you. That is a good point. You do have your vehicle room.
You
now.
said that was happening. So.
I did. Yes, I did. Thank you for the reminder. So, on the dungeon sheet for the forge, you have the vehicle bag. Now it's constructed. So we want to detail the vehicle. I'm not sure if there's a slot for it on the sheet somewhere. If not, or we could just scribble it in next to that
I'm
upgrade.
gonna take it. I can't read it.
So it says detail the vehicle and give it edges, choose 2. Maybe you can just circle them on the upgrade. They can be armored, camouflaged, dependable, fast, or nimble. Any 2 of those.
What's the difference between fast and nimble?
I would assume, my interpretation at least, is that fast would be top speed and nimble would be like weaving
Maneuverability.
in and out of alleyways and stuff.
So this isn't our dungeon sheet. We had a. Wait, no. Yes, it is. Hold on.
Yeah, we had a forge, right? Is that the right one?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, vehicle bay. So I can fill in the vehicle bay pip.
Yes.
Okay. Detail the vehicle. Okay.
We
Yeah.
can pip-
I feel like we should have armored. That just makes sense for us, I think.
It does kind of make sense considering you have a giant metal dragon statue.
Yes.
Wasn't the idea to make this fly
Uh-huh.
by flapping the wings of the statue somehow?
Well, you are going to choose a flaw eventually.
The flaw is it's a statue. Kobe's gonna have some
Dude.
trouble with that one.
Does anybody descend to armored?
What were they mulligan?
Well, it's
Yeah.
a metal statue, so it would make sense
Right.
that it's armored.
Armored, camo, dependable, fast, and nimble.
What is dependable?
Won't break.
We can
That's
depend
an
on it.
armory.
Yeah.
Won't break
It
just on
won't
its
stop
own.
moving in the middle of the air when we're trying to fly it.
So
Nah,
all
that's
these edges are basically when we're trying to figure out a role. You could be like, "Hey, Jordan, well, you said that the dragon was rickety, but actually it's dependable." So
What are we
I
gonna
should
use it
change
primarily
my-
for?
Flying, I hope.
We have a plan.
Like, I feel like armored makes the most sense out of all of those, so
If we're going to take
armored?
it into battle, yes. But if we're going to be using it for,
I mean, we could take armored and nimble. There's nothing stopping us from doing it.
I mean, it's got pretty big wings.
Yeah.
That can make it pretty nimble somehow. It's monster science.
Alright, I'm circling armored.
What
Uh,
if it's fast?
I do like fast.
I mean, it did fall down fast from the tower.
True.
it's already fast.
I like the idea of it just flaps its wings very slowly to get up in the air and it just dives.
It's really fast, but only in a groundward
like a
direction.
bird.
It's a
of
dive
prey.
kick character.
The falcon just diving through the air.
Yeah.
It's fast because we rub grease all over the outside.
You fly it over location and then it just drops fast.
Does anybody descend to fast?
I don't think it sounds like the most useful.
Out of
You need to get a
camouflage,
vehicle.
dependable, and nimble.
I don't
What
think
of
we
those
want to
sound
be able
more-
to
Honestly,
camouflage it
dependable
because we want
sounds
it
the
to look
most
like a
useful.
dragon.
Well, It would be funny if it was camouflage because it looks perfectly like a dragon. It doesn't look like a vehicle.
That's true.
Kobe scales up the dragon costume.
We'll have the rats painted.
It looks like a dragon statue in a dragon costume.
Well, there we go. No, I don't have any objection to it being fast.
Okay.
It makes sense. And a reminder, if we do have split opinions, we can do a power
Yes.
struggle, which your minions are always a fan of cheering on.
Yeah.
Um,
Do we have any votes against fast? Right, fast.
all
it
right.
is.
There we
No,
go.
fine.
Now a flaw.
A flaw in the
Clumsy, distinct, noisy, rickety, and slow.
It's all of those.
Yeah.
Except slow now.
It's not
apparently.
rickety. I mean,
We'll
it
soon-
survived a fall from the top of a tower.
That's true.
Clumsy would be hilarious.
It's clumsy, definitely.
Oh, yeah, clumsy,
Because
yeah.
we
We've
are,
established you have a lot of grease, so you could just grease up the joints and that is not too noisy.
it's just
But yes,
through the air.
clumsy.
It's
I-
going to crash into literally everything.
Andy
okay,
votes
it's
against. Oh, Andy votes against clumsy.
No.
Clumsy
No.
it is.
I like it. So it's we have given up on dependable to give it clumsy, and it is armored
And is
and
it
fast.
is it just a hollowed out statue with lots of the monster science machinery on the inside to make the wings flat?
kind of. The dragon was like, rah.
Yeah.
So we had to like break it down, break this part off so
Yeah.
like the face forward. We had to snap the wings so they could flap. So
So in that one,
it looks like a dragon doing the Jacko pose.
That's horrifying.
can you enlighten me? What is that?
No, but Google it.
No, thank you.
On your work computer. Google.
I have learned not to Google anything you say ever. I learned that.
The
I
statue
know.
is assuming the position.
Even I know not to Google anything.
So in that like one turn, we've made an entire flying vehicle that functions.
Yes. So you.
They work good.
Yeah.
So yeah. A lot of this work was done before, because when you moved in and built this dungeon, you took a few weeks in order to like get everything together, and you had a really elaborate plan for how the dungeon was supposed to look. You wanted obsidian bricks with gold detailing and all this crazy stuff, right? It took you a long time to build this place, but when you built that vehicle bag, which took you a long time to make, there was one critical component, which was you needed a nice chassis for your vehicle that you wanted to run out of the bay. You decided that dragon was going to be it. So you got everything else ready. You got all the parts ready to put in the dragon.
Oh, look at that.
Now that the dragon's here, you just had to snap all the pieces
Yeah.
together. Your imps got right to work on it.
It's almost like we know what we're doing.
Almost. And now you have your first completely working tier 3.
How does it leave
Huzzah.
the dungeon?
We've got a bat vent.
Yes, it tucks the wings in maybe and scoots through the door. or
Shoots up through the
yeah.
top of the lighthouse.
Out of the lighthouse, yeah.
So
there you go.
are we tier 1 now?
Yes, you're tier 1.
Huzzah.
Huzzah.
What they're not telling you is they shoot anywhere. We got to hoist it to the top of the tower, and it just kind of glides sadly.
Exactly. Yeah, it gets
Bumping into things.
catapulted like Tears of the Kingdom style out of the tower. And then just paralyzed over.
Thankfully, we got lots of imps to do all that.
Yeah, exactly.
Someone just rolls the fat ass queen onto a weight.
I like that, yeah.
Incredible.
All of the little minions roll her up the tower and she becomes the counterweight. along the
That is very undignified. She is royalty.
It's why there are parallel rooms here, so the queen can fall back down and the pulley system launches the dragon up.
Hers is the bulk that launched 1,000 ships.
Well,
They're all
Pulley
dragons.
system. Why are we not pulleying that? Never mind.
Well, the pulley system launches it up very fast.
It's monster science. Don't question
It's
the
monster
methods.
science.
Trust
Ah.
land.
I'm not questioning anything.
Don't worry, I'm sure eventually you'll power it with the Thunderdome or something.
Yeah.
For now, you got the queen.
Okay.
It takes her 3 days to get up there.
That's why she's not busy practicing her talking. She's just got to practicing her walking.
She's just giving birth the whole time.
Yeah, exactly.
yeah.
fire out so many kids.
All the
that
new
just-
minions just fall into the ground and then help push her up. Classic. Alright. So now I need to determine how much the denizens of your dungeon are grumbling.
When do we pick a new room to build? Is that an action?
That's a downtime action. Yeah, you can start building rooms, little rooms like this little walkway here, which is only minion sized or imp sized, I should say.
Yeah.
Could be done in like a single action, but if you want to build a tier 3 room, it's going to take some time. It's a much longer project, and usually a tier 3 room requires you to go on some kind of route to complete it.
Be
Like,
careful handling my balls. You don't want it to get everywhere.
You've got your balls are all over the floor.
Again?
Why did you
okay.
make a mess with my ball?
It's okay. 5 seconds.
Are we limited to the tier of room we can create?
No. This is one thing that's a little confusing about this game that I wish they changed it differently, is that there are multiple meanings of the word tier.
Oh, good.
As is tradition,
As is
the word
tradition.
level.
Yes. So the tier of your dungeon is how strong everything in your dungeon is, like passively. The strength of the equipment you make, the strength
Gotcha.
of all the things that essentially don't have a tier listed are tiered by your dungeon. So you're gonna bring the baseline up.
There.
Everything that has a tier, like this room, that mainly determines how much it costs to make it more than anything else, or how
Gotcha.
effective, like a tier 2 lock is more effective than a tier 1 lock, but it takes longer to make, that kind of stuff. So tier 3 rooms are really powerful. They get you stuff like this vehicle bag, but
Yeah.
they take a lot longer to make, and they require some extra resources. But now that you have one, you could select the next one you want to start. You just wouldn't be able to make progress on it without spending downtime actions.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
Yes.
So it might be a good time to start planning that, though, because that could help influence where your next raid will
What
be.
the hell are our next room options?
Oh, you got like 7 of them.
I really don't like those.
There's a testing chamber.
There is.
Like-
I'm already testing a
Still
chamber.
over my
Let's try something else.
It's so bad that, you know.
The testing chamber lets you
picking up
modify
and discussing his
items.
balls.
I already do that.
Can our forge have an actual forge?
Yeah, so the testing chamber allows you to pay cost, which is a special game term that has a few meanings. Essentially, it usually either means you lose something, which can often be money, or you make like a hard choice where I tell you you either lose your minion or you lose something, right?
Yeah.
You need to test your item on something, right? That's why you lose something there. But yeah, you basically can do more upgrades to items. Whether it's maybe a temporary upgrade, like you sharpen a blade and now it gets
Yeah.
+1 die for the next mission, or you
There's-
can remove volatility from items, so on and so forth.
There's an arrow that was drawn on here pointing to both factory and mine shaft. Was that because those were like indicated by the book as things that are good for forge, or did we like
I drew
mark those? Okay. Are those just things we were thinking, hey, we want to get these sometime?
And the mine would be how we get all of our metal.
Yeah. That makes sense.
And the other thing was make 4G.
Yeah.
That sentence kind of got away from you.
If
Yeah,
we make
just
the
forgot
mine
what it
shaft, it gives us an additional die on all future discovery rolls, which
one,
seems
guys?
the mine shaft, which seems like it could snowball really, really nicely.
Okay. What
You've
does
gotten
our
very
forge do
lucky
for us?
on discovery rolls so far, so that if you
Yeah.
keep that momentum up, yeah, that could be crazy.
The forge, there isn't a forge upgrade. That's just the kind of dungeon we have.
Oh, okay. I thought that
What's
was
the
one of the
other
options.
1 second.
What was the other option that you mentioned?
The
in addition to-
factory.
Oh, what was the factory?
Produce a single tier 1 contraption or tick a contraption clock twice.
Oh,
That's dope.
And contraptions are those rooms or are those items?
Contraptions are items, yes.
Okay.
The workshop looks pretty cool too. If y'all like paying
Yeah.
your minions to do things, it gives all of your minions +1 die when doing downtime,
Yeah.
which is kind of nice. But.
I think we should do the mine.
Yeah,
think
that's
so,
my
too.
that's my vote also.
All right. So somebody just draw with no detail yet, just an outline of where the mine shaft is going to go,
not it.
and then
Fuck you.
I did the last one.
So, you did
Or
all of them.
would you mind drawing the mine shaft?
Where are we putting a mine shaft?
I don't know.
you can decide as a
Somewhere.
group. But
What if
So
we
just-
attach it to the Barracuda cave?
could be. Yeah, there you go.
It should be lower.
Should be lower than the Barracuda.
Well, it can go down from the Barracuda.
It could spawn off this level. You can't spawn it off of your sanctum, but you could do either this level or the Barracuda level. Or
Let's put it on the back side of the lightning dome.
Okay.
The lightning shaft.
They're not likely to go in there and mess with that.
It's true.
Okay, so we need a
I don't know if we can
entrance to the mine.
lost in our minds for all eternity.
I don't think we can. We're built different.
All right.
One
so we
mine
got
shaft.
the start
Thank
of the
you.
mine shaft, and your imps will start digging away at that. But
All right.
what do we think it requires? It said it might need mining gear, lots of railway, several mine carts, or something I'm wrong.
Yeah.
Something you need to steal or acquire in some way in order to
I
do
think
this.
we need something to get through some kind of weird rock that's in the way. Because there's a lot of
So we need some kind of like mining device.
old magic-y rooms down
drill.
here for some damn reason. I think some kind of extreme barrier is there that would be very useful for us to keep, but we're stupid. So we're just
Yeah.
gonna break a hole in it so we can dig.
Be a drill that has like several hamster wheels attached that we can put imps into. So they can make it spin really fast.
Very powerful drill. That makes sense.
Bust through the
You,
arcane.
you wanted to
fences.
go attack the crab people. What if we took their characters and
I didn't want to go
use that
attack
to make a
crab
drill?
people.
What if you attack the company? We're currently doing a
Jill.
panning for gold and
I
probably
thought you
mining
wanted to attack the crab
operations.
people.
That
No, I
makes
wanted
sense.
to ally
We could also
with
take
crab.
all
You
of
want to ally
their.
with the crab people.
We could also take all of their rails that they've laid down. Because we definitely need some rails and some mine carts to
True.
move material.
Who are we talking about?
The
company.
They are on the map. They're the location to the north of the lake before the crabs. They kind of have.
They
like
already have mining facilities that we can.
Yeah.
Yeah, we
They've
established
Well,
them
that
as
makes sense
basically a mining and gold panning operation up.
What we
We
should
can even
do
steal their gold treasure while we're at it.
is not attack them and take their shit. We should supplant their leadership and then just order them to go work in our mine.
Let's take a step back from the planning. Crap. I like your plans, but if we want to have this mine shaft going, could
Yeah.
somebody add a clock to their sheet that is the mine shaft and
Got it.
0 dots on it so far, just so we have a record of where it's-
Full clocks.
Yeah, sounds good.
Alright, one mine shaft.
One mine shaft, and so you need to get some sort of powerful drill or maybe TNT or something from somewhere to blast through that barrier.
Do we
I
trust,
have tiny explosives.
do we trust Kobe with explosives?
No, and that's why he's the right kobold for the job.
Right. So now I finally get to Calamity because I was kind of doing it earlier, and we did the vehicle thing. So how much are your denizens grumbling? You're making a new room. They like that. They're pretty happy. You just pretty happy that you just upgraded the tier of this place and everything's looking good. Everything's moving at a good pace. The hierarchy's good. You've got your stuff down way at the bottom.
We got them a pool.
You got them a pool. Yeah,
Technically,
exactly. They can go swimming in the inky blackness. That will totally have no side effects.
They're learning language.
They're learning language. Yeah, they're helping. They're helping their mother get to college.
Yeah.
And they have a new friend.
Yeah. So things are going well. I think things are going pretty well.
We
We've
finished
had-
our vehicle. They can like ride in it.
We've had
Yeah,
literally
ice
zero blowback for anything that we've ever done, and there are no enemies attacking us. They're having a great time.
The werebarracuda poop is a delicacy for them.
Oh,
No.
Yes.
it's probably radioactive.
You try scooping his shit out of there every day.
That's probably
No,
the black
it's
pool.
his job.
That's true.
That's why he has the trout triplets to scoop the poop.
All right. So I'm just gonna roll one die for them now.
Alright.
We'll see how much they grumbled. Oh, right. This should be 3 dice because it was 0 grumbling. Oh, unfortunately, I rolled very low.
Little bastards. We don't want to push our mom around. Fuck. She's so fat.
The first words they say is, "We don't want to learn language."
Exactly.
Fuck English. Oh, I know which of those words
don't speak
came from
English.
where.
Okay.
What language are you teaching them?
I don't know.
Whatever language we speak.
Did the trout triplets speak the
They
light
do-
on this
they
time?
do not.
Oh. Oh no.
I think the calamity that happens is related to the werebarracuda.
No, no.
What have you done?
See, because your imps have every idea that gets into their heads just starts spreading throughout their entire little mini hive mind. Of course, they're trying to teach the mother rat to speak, and they got to the were barracuda, and some of them just started impulsively trying to teach it to speak as well. And unfortunately, the deep eldritch secrets it is teaching your imps are starting to propagate back through as well. So I'm going to be starting a negative clock on here, but all of you will occasionally see some of your imps just stop in the hallway and start just staring and chanting just languages you don't understand, and then they'll snap out of it like they didn't remember anything and continue on.
Every time I see it, I just smack them in the back of their head.
I think there was a Doctor Who episode about this.
There you go.
Stop joining the cult. Oh shit.
That's what you do whenever you see a child start being possessed. You just give them a good rap on the back of the head.
It's in every parenting book.
That's how you avoid the exorcist. Beating children.
That's all The Exorcist is gonna do anyway.
You'd be surprised how many problems that solves.
Oh no.
Alright, so because this was only a minor setback, I'm only going to take that clock by 1.
Thank you.
But you're just starting to notice these weird things. Your imps are starting to just say things that don't make any sense and stop, and it's interrupting a lot of work. Some, like, they'll be in a nice marching order in a line down a hallway, and one of them will just stop and they'll start bumping into it from behind one by one. Like, all the order is being thrown off.
So next time we have a downtime activity, can we like attempt to put a stop to that? Is that one of the
Yeah,
things
you
we
could
do?
start a
Okay.
project for that or something. It might be a pretty quick project, but
It's called a whip.
indeed.
There's a lot of them though.
Yeah,
There are a lot of them.
that's why it takes all of our time.
There,
You gotta whip a lot of
we got a lot of
things.
rats in the walls, and I don't know where I was going with that.
Right?
It was a good try.
Something Lovecraft.
That sounds about right.
One of these is just like, do you know what his cat was named? Get the fuck back in the line.
Yeah, they'll be walking along, and you'll hear them say suddenly after they'll either say one of two things. They'll start speaking gibberish in a language that makes no sense to any of you, not even Carpology, surprisingly. Or they'll just in the walls they'll just stop, and you'll hear rap tap tap rap tap tap as they just start chanting this as they're walking around, saying it, not tapping on things. They're saying rap tap tap.
It's gonna happen.
Saying it.
We're gonna end up with human hands.
music.
Yeah,
Exactly.
They're gonna have human hands before too long.
Rats already have human hands.
yeah, kind of.
It's starting to become a greeting
No, I mean
amongst
human
themselves.
hands,
They'll
not
like
rat
wave
hands.
to each other and like speak some eldritch speech.
Sup, Shubnu?
Exactly. So,
Okay.
finally, we're done with all of the downtime, all of the lurking, all of those phases. We're ready for you all to prepare for your next raid. You have a bit of a plan. You've got your mine shaft here that you want to get started on, but that doesn't have to be your next raid. That could be a future raid if you want to maybe have your imps make some progress on that first and get back
What
to it
tier
later.
are they?
What tier is what?
The company.
The company.
Tier 2, I believe.
It doesn't matter. I will fight anybody.
Because I believe we did a switcheroo and
Yeah.
made Cart Town Tier 1 and the company's
Yeah.
Tier 2.
Yeah.
Since when has the tier ever mattered to us?
Yeah, I don't care. We need.
Well, it does matter.
It matters to me.
it matters
personally.
mechanically, but not to our characters. We're
True.
very stupid.
As far as incentive, though, you get a lot better rewards for attacking places that are at least a higher tier than you. If you go for people weaker than you get pretty much nothing out of it. But,
Gotcha.
so it is good that they're Tier 2.
We don't want to wait until we're at tier 2.
No.
Right.
We need to find new leadership and take over, and then just order all the rank and file to go work for us instead.
What's the company's alignment?
I believe the company was good.
So that would probably be very difficult to convince them to work for us, especially when we don't even speak the same language.
They have to just not know it's us. You do a harsh corporate takeover, the people working there don't even notice.
I will say, if it's a raid that could conceivably weaken another faction significantly, that would probably be a pillaging raid. And so you need to do some sort of setup raid first,
Yeah.
and then you could pillage them. and it would reduce them to a tier 1 and potentially get you up to tier 2. But that might take some more time to get there. That's
Yeah.
all. I think there's some other requirements for increasing your tier before you do that, but
Like, we could get in and find all the documentation that they're using as orders for where to dig and just change it.
But we don't speak
We
the language,
can't
so it
read.
would-
Someone does. Probably.
That's why we have minions. All
Maybe
of our
the
minions
trout
except
just
his.
do.
yes, you leave the dirty work of learning the light tongue to minions.
Man, does anyone have language minions? Yeah, we got this.
I guess everyone's minions died. You had it before except Metals. So we still have Metals minions with translating.
Well, if mine are the same as they were last time, mine speak
They
the.
lost all their upgrades when they died.
Oh.
The photocopier didn't. It didn't.
It was out of Ghost Toner.
It was out of Ghost. Well, they're a little worse than before, right? That's how you copy the copy of the copy.
Yeah. So do we want to sneak in and change the records? Or do we want to just descend on a mining operation and beat people up and take their stuff?
Well, no, we'd only attack their leadership. They're the company, so I am assuming a corporate structure needlessly. So we just get like the CEO and the second in command manager and slit their throats. They're just gone. And then we like 2 kobolds in a 3-piece business suit.
How much does Kobe know about
Why is
corporate
there,
structure?
Why is there always a disguise involved?
But if they have a whole corporate structure, everybody we kill just leave somebody else to step up. We gotta take their leadership prisoner
Or kill them and pretend to
or
be them.
blackmail them.
It is.
Or both.
It is every kobold's instinct to wear a disguise. It's just part of it.
We just replace them and no one knows anything happened. They're just like, wow, our orders are real different now.
It was wet.
I'm sorry.
It could work.
We effectively replace their middle management with his minions.
Minion management. We have other ideas.
You're gonna go in and replace their management structure with
My
our minions.
Yes. And they won't notice because of their amazing disguises and ability to partially speak light tongue.
What race is this?
No, they're,
Doesn't matter.
they're fluent.
Do we know what race this is?
They
Doesn't matter.
have. They've got some crabs, some carp, and some humans.
So his minions are gonna pretend that they're crabs and carps and humans.
Whatever.
Okay.
No, they just come in with the new orders.
I mean, you're really good
They're
at
from the other
disguises, so
branch?
I assume you can make it work.
That's why we're from the other branch.
We're going to steal an entire faction.
Nothing
How could this go wrong?
wrong.
Yeah.
I think we should go for it.
You have to dream enormous.
Which means I
Like
think
when we
have
attacked
to.
dragons.
We'll have to attack where the people we're replacing live.
Yes.
Yeah.
We're gonna get them in their homes and
So
then
I think-
show up to work as them.
So this would be a setup violent raid planning on pillaging later, essentially.
Potentially, yeah. I was gonna say if the end goal is to essentially weaken them, take them partially over, whatever, that's definitely gonna have to be a pillaging raid. So you're gonna have to do something else to set up in the meantime. Maybe that's acquiring a good enough actor minion that could go in there
Yeah.
and be like maybe you blackmail a human into it or something, right? Or blackmail a carp into it, or somebody that's not already known to be associated with you.
We shouldn't use blackmail to get someone to run this for us.
Oh,
we
why
should just find someone extremely sleazy. Because we're trying to replace a business person.
Who's
They
setting-
have to have no morals, no ethics, and see this only as personal gain.
Okay.
We can do all that
There he
and
is,
also have
right
blackmail to keep them from turning on us.
You're already about as sleazy as they come, Kobe.
Nah, Kobe's a good boy.
Yeah.
We need someone more charismatic, like the evil version of Billy Mays. We need to find evil Billy Mays and use him to replace his corporate structure to steal this faction.
We can
So
find Billy
how do
Briggs,
vile friends
British
work
man.
here, George?
Jesus.
So yeah, so vile friends. I think you would normally acquire them in downtime. You could also acquire them during a raid, right?
Yeah.
You find somebody in the area who is vile, as is in the name, and you make friends with them, and now you have a contact, and it's basically like a more recurring monster NPC that could be something, or
Yeah.
an evil human, or
We want
evil
to
NPC.
visit the mountain crabs to find someone to do our evil bidding.
They do have crabs in the company.
Defined evil Billy Mays crab.
Yeah.
How do you turn that into a pun?
Billy Craze. We just went over this.
Craze?
He's like
Is
a
cray-
crayfish.
It's not the same thing as a crab.
They're vague. They've got
No.
They're carapacially related.
Is that even a word?
A crayfish, probably not.
Oh.
Crayfish is closer to a crab than it is to a me.
You got me there.
So I don't think any of you monsters have done much research onto what the actual structure of the company is.
No, clearly.
That's smart enough.
Kobe seems pretty confident though.
Well, Kobe's always confident.
Exactly.
He sounds like he knows what he's talking about.
Yeah, that's not saying the plan won't work. I love the plan. I'm just saying you might want to do some sort of step that involves learning
Yes.
a lot about the company, right? So you can figure out, is there even the right kind of manager to replace? What kind of things do we want to target?
Yeah.
That kind of stuff.
Can
so
I
that
ask
could be
the
another
trout
way.
triplets?
The trout triplets.
I don't know if they would know, but they
Yeah.
certainly live closer to them than I do.
Do you have any gold?
Yes.
You still live there.
I think if you
A
pay
little bit.
the trout triplets,
Okay.
They're both light, right?
they can do some downtime to get some information.
Yeah. Is Cartown light at the moment?
Yeah.
Yes,
Okay.
our time is light.
They're light one, I believe.
What kind of skills do the triplets have? The 4 triplets.
Tinker, Skulk, and Smash.
Skulk and Smash. All right. How about we have them roll Skulk
Okay.
for some information gathering as they sneak about up there.
They could
Or-
pretend to be workers
Okay.
for a
So then-
time.
I think the obvious complication is they were caught and thrown out. So your trout triplets are known there. Is the complication. Their faces are known. But they do manage to find out a few things before getting kicked out. They find out that the company TM is a very strange company, and it's a good aligned company. And you're trying to supplant it with an evil aligned interest here. The company is a very flat structure, in which they all work there together, and it started out as just a community of people, and they all vote together on everything that happens with the company. So there is no technical
There's a
leadership.
lot of people.
You have to convince them. that
Fucking
leaders benefit.
democracy, man.
So if you wanna, if you monsters want to get a leader in front of them, you're gonna have to convince them that they need a leader, which is definitely possible, especially with a charismatic enough leader. And then go from there. But maybe excuses that the company's getting too big and unwieldy for us to vote on everything, or so on and so forth. There's plenty of ways to go about that.
Lovely. We'll have to host a company luncheon.
Yes, and they do host company luncheons once a week. That's when they discuss everything.
Excellent.
We need someone who can talk such deep business speak that no one knows what the fuck is happening, and they just
A lot
go
of
up there
synergy.
with pie chart after pie chart of just lighting a fire under their ass, but they don't know where they're supposed to be going.
30% more green, 20% less red.
The line's going somewhere.
Yeah, exactly.
Too bad we didn't teach the Rat Queen to speak better.
And we also say that there's some enemy that'll get them if they don't make this change. Like, I don't know, you guys are still 20% green. That's gonna get you fucked by the goblin.
We can convince them that some among them are trying to take over and frame somebody for it.
That there are imposters
And
among
then,
them.
yes.
Oh shit, what if we just make them racist?
Set the crabs against the fish against the humans.
No, we keep the crabs because we're gonna go get Crab Billy Mays, and we keep the fish because the fish are
Crab
fish.
Mays.
So we can convince them that the humans are
The
out
humans
to
are
take over.
fucking awful. They eat crabs and fish all the time.
That's
you might
not
think
a lie.
so do we, but they eat you. And more importantly, humans just suck. You should work for non-humans.
So we can plan to just get a speaker in front of them and give a speech, but we need to.
We also need
Are
to.
you planning on relying on one speaker?
The speaker's just the figurehead that runs the company for us.
Yep.
And who they all look to for all this. But we also need to disseminate a bunch of like anti-human propaganda.
Wait, so we set the crabs and the fish against the humans.
Well, I think we need to figure out which people has the greatest number in it. Because if we're sending them all against the humans, but like the numbers are so wildly off and it's like mostly humans, it's not going to do us
No,
any
that's
good.
better because then it's the minority is being oppressed. And why? Crab Town is right there.
Yeah,
We're
they-
between the carps and the crabs. Why is this company that's all humans?
So what happens when we get rid of the humans? Then what?
Well, then we have two
Or just trying to make
sets
a
of
schism.
people that had to unite against the humans, which required non-unifying votes because they had to kick out people who could vote. So they have to restructure under an actual leader who will keep them damn dirty humans out.
So we need a lot of people to do some, like, banter subversion.
A little of that. We can make flyers. We
Yeah.
can make fake books that people will only read the cover of about how bad humans are and just leave them lying around. Just all of the propaganda we can that humans are
Yeah.
terrible.
So we need to hire people, we need to get some material, and we need to do some sneaking around and some muttering. All of the people to do all of the stuff for us need to actually speak the language, though.
And then we stage the coup under our puppet leader.
So we need to first
Who
we
is
need
our
to
puppet
find a
leader?
workforce.
We have to go get one.
Okay, that's Evil Billy Mays.
Yes.
Billy Craze. Yeah.
Billy Craze.
So
Billy Craze.
that's the first mission is to go to Crabland and find a charismatic but evil crabman. And
Gilly Mays.
Perfect.
Crabs don't.
Yes, they do.
Okay.
Some of them do at least.
Well, we could have a fish instead. That could be
we could get a carp.
A fish in a crab suit.
We could have the fish, Gilly, and his partner, Maze, the crab.
We dress up a carp
Gilly and
however-
Maze for mayor of the company.
a carp man dressed as a crab man. When my mother, a carp, and father, a crab, got attacked by a human, I'll never forget it.
This was a holy union that will unite the two sides, the crabs and the carp.
Now, I may look like a human, but it's because I'm half carpet man and half crab man.
Long ago, the
They
humans
cancel each
split
other
into
out.
carps and crabs. It's the natural order.
So, raid 1 is we need money for a misinformation campaign and a charismatic leader who can speak all of the languages, who can run the place for us.
That sounds like a very tall order.
I think we could do it.
Okay.
I mean,
So we need to do some crime and some recruiting in Crabland, is what I'm hearing.
Oh,
At the same time.
how big is crabs?
We're not doing crab and crab.
How big is what?
Crabs.
The mountain crabs are tier 1 evil, if I recall correctly.
So
That'll
they're our
make it easy.
equals.
It's a setup raid, so the tier shouldn't matter too much, and they're already evil, so we're more likely to be able to find an evil man.
We could at least talk with them in our
Yeah,
Same language.
it might be better. Or, I mean,
Yeah.
not better, but a possible route there is the crabs are tier 1, right? Rating them A won't get you much, and B, forcibly going in there and getting somebody that way or doing a trick or something
Yeah.
might be less effective than going there, talking to them and dealing with them, and maybe they'll have a task for you to do and
Yeah.
accomplish the task, do something on your side or something like that.
Yeah, that
So,
makes sense. Like
You do something for us, we'll give you our evil charismatic
Doing some-
crazy person.
diplomacy and stuff with them,
Yeah,
rather than trying to weaken them.
but also steal.
If the opportunity
What are we
arises.
stealing from the crabs?
Money, we're broke.
Oh,
We need to pay people to be racist.
We're inventing racism.
Yep.
We are the Coca-Cola company.
We want to dig a hole. We better invent races.
Yeah, we really just gotta go all the way. That's how you become the tier 5 evil.
I mean, it's not racism, it's speciesism.
True. Alright, so if you want to go do diplomacy with the crabs, I need to come up with a crab voice. What do all the crabs sound like?
You just need to get 2 pairs of tongs and just keep cracking Morse code.
While blowing frothy bubbles out of your mouth.
Okay, so you take your dragon up the mountain, and it's a very fast dragon. It gets launched out of that tower straight up into the air. The queen rat goes plummeting back down into her den of filth, probably, as your dragon just soars straight up, its wings tucked back, and you're all... Did you build a chamber into it, where you said, or do you all just
Yeah.
like cling to the back?
I assume we're inside Trojan horse style.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's awesome. All right.
We didn't make like seats or a little chamber or anything. There's just gears. And
So we
things
just
all
see
around
this
it.
like
can take
shining
ourselves to
brass
the-
dragon.
I think we have seats, but they're all only kobold size. So there's all of us normally, and then he's just like,
That makes sense.
That's perfect.
They're little
Punch over.
5-point movie
Little
harnesses.
fish head like turn.
Are we bringing my minions?
oh, that depends if you want to.
We're going to
You can without quest,
we're
right?
going to an evil faction.
Well,
so it's
unless our
not
morale has
necessary.
changed, yeah, it doesn't cost me anything.
Yeah, so we're not going on a raid yet, so they'll go with you
Okay.
fine. That's
Okay.
that's fine.
Alright.
They're part of your diplomatic mission. So you head up to the mountain. The dragon gets launched up into the air, and you soar outwards towards the dragon. And the wings unfurl and start flapping.
Yeah.
And it's kind of a shaky ride. It's very clumsy, right? So I assume the wing mechanism is not very fast. So you're just kind of falling, and then you're constantly just getting like
It's
pulled up
Flappy
and down. Yeah, exactly. So inside, you're just experiencing G-forces down, G-forces up, G-forces down, G-forces up, and it kind of
Incredible.
You make sure you don't eat anything before you get on it. It's quite a
leather pilot's cap and goggles.
excellent. Kobe fashionable as always.
People on the ground below just feel dread watching it fly. They're not entirely sure
It
why.
doesn't really look like it's flying so much as it's plummeting and then going up.
Do the dragons recognize their statue as it launches out of the island?
You're going the opposite direction. So then
Hopefully they're far enough away.
They just get a really bad feeling.
We didn't build a landing mechanism, which is where the armor comes in.
yeah, the company, the people in the company will look up and just see a really drunk dragon flying. They're just stumbling through the sky. And you reach the top of the mountain crab's abode, which is a very snowy peak. Yeah, you probably land in the snow. There's just powdered snow everywhere. It makes this big cloud, and it starts to settle down. And then
We all get out and puke immediately.
I think
Hopefully you take your mask off first.
the crab people are humanoid, but they have like, instead of a neck and a head, there's just like crab antenna coming up off their shoulders.
Nice.
And then like big beefy like crab claw arms, and they're all wearing 3-piece business suits,
Incredible.
even on the top of this cold mountain.
They are stylish.
Indeed, and despite being humanoid, they always walk sideways. So they open the door and they shuffle sideways out of the door and turn to face you all, and then turn sideways and shuffle closer to you and then turn again, and they say, "Greetings, welcome to Crab Mountain."
Welcome to crab.
Greetings! It's a bit chilly.
If I had
You get
it'd be really hard. Right?
used to it.
I believe you. I put a hat on my upward facing head, covering my nose entirely.
The reason they speak with such a weird cadence is they're trying to turn to look at you, but then also they turn sideways when they talk, and they're like back and forth. Like, yeah, it's a very weird. They have these very weird instincts. These crab people.
We are come here looking to do some business dealings. Specifically with some people who are fluent in the light tongue.
Graduated business school.
Yes, that.
Fluent in the light tongue.
Yes.
We have one such crab.
Oh, would you introduce us? Please.
Must be be racist.
What manner
Very
of
important.
business do you bring?
We're looking for. It's sort of a.
It's a trade secret. We can't just tell anybody.
Yes, that.
Steal our business ideas.
It's sort of a thespian opportunity. Sort of, not really.
Yeah, could you all give me maybe some kind of group role here to convince whether it's an intimidation or if you have a
Do we just want to do a banter? Because we're not. I guess we could do a threaten if we're
We're not
really warning them to
threatening yet.
back off with their questions.
We
Do we want to banter them?
yes. How do we group roll?
We have to roll.
yeah, so for a group role, you choose a leader.
Not me.
I'll do it. I have 0 banner.
All right.
I have a one banter.
Actually, I don't think you necessarily need a leader. I'm
Pretty sure I
misremembering.
don't have any.
You just all roll together, and anyone who fails takes a stress, but then we take the highest dice out of all
Gotcha.
you guys. The winner.
Do we roll one die regardless of our banters?
If your banter score is 0, you roll 2, take the lowest.
I think mine's 0.
I still got a 5.
Okay, so you got a 5.
I got a
Ooh,
2.
a 1. These are great dice, George.
3.
Okay. So you got a 5. So I think one of the crowds says, well, if you understand business, then you understand it requires some gifts. And it will hold out a open claw and say, yeah, it'll hold out an open claw.
Yeah.
Say, customary.
Can we give it the bottle of black goo that cures wounds?
Oh, interesting. They probably haven't seen it before. I think they were probably expecting gold, but you might be able to pass that off.
This is miracle juice.
May we sample?
Incredible.
No. This is the sample. I give you reverse engineer.
Or we could get them hooked on it.
And this is not the business.
No. This is not a side hustle. But
Is that racist?
what? No. You can have
Their
this
method of locomotion is the side hustle.
and make it yourself for more business.
One of the crabs will take it and just shatter the bottle against it, like it's where its neck is. You don't see any visible mouth or anything, so it just like shatters it against like between its eye stalks, and the liquid just starts dripping. And the glass doesn't pierce its shell, but it just starts dripping down it. And it says, "You bring good business. Proceed." They'll both turn it sideways. And for a second, it looks like they're gesturing for you to walk between them, and then they just start walking sideways to lead you away.
Nice.
And so you are led deep within the mountain crab's abode, finally into a slightly warmer place. They don't really keep it well, like heated up here, but it's at least out of the wind and the cold and the snow and stuff. And just by being underground a little bit, you're warmed up just a little bit. But perhaps you all had some nice warm clothes for flying in the dragon. I imagine it gets cold up there too. With the pilot's goggles and caps and everything. Yeah, it keeps you warm. So you head deep within, and you find an absolutely enormous lobster sitting on a massive throne down underground.
Does it have a lot of tiny lobsters spurting out of it at all times?
No.
Oh.
This one, it's in, again, a very fancy suit. It's probably actually in like a tuxedo. It's extremely fancy for no reason. It doesn't have a mouth, but one of its claws is holding a lit cigar. And it's just like reclining on this massive throne. There are lots of other crabs around it standing sideways relative to it, just using one claw to like fan it with fans.
We found the lob father.
Yes, you found the Lobfather. Jesus.
Is there like a form of inspiration you can give him?
I mean, if you're not full on dark arts, I'll give you a dark art.
Thank you.
There you go. I like that. And now you got it in my head, so.
Sorry.
So you come here on business, they tell me. Welcome, I'm
See,
I'm
Texan.
Maze. Yes. He's Texan now. Yeah. You can call me Maze.
We need a manager.
Well, you found the best goddamn manager on the mountain.
Do you hate humans?
No, hang on.
Snaps the cigar in half and throws it aside. Hate humans. Pulls out a new cigar. Of course we hate humans here! He leans down to his crotch, lights the cigar, and brings down.
Company hires humans. Terrible. And they're on your mountain.
Company's been poaching some of our best workers.
What if we poach the company? We have a plan to take it over.
I like the way you think, small dog.
Sure, quack. We need you to run it. And in exchange, we also need like half the workers to dig a hole for us.
I see. Your plans work in mysterious ways.
We need a holdup. You make tons of money, we get a hole dug, and a bunch of humans have a really bad time for like no reason.
When you say humans, he snaps another cigar, throws it aside, gets another one, lights it again.
They had almost lit that one.
I put a hand up unconsciously to my neck.
I would say we eat humans for breakfast up here, but they don't really climb up here all that often. We did once though.
How do they taste?
It's stringy and salty.
Yeah, it was kind of it's stringy and salty. Yeah.
Interesting.
Humans.
Snap. You see him like this for a second when he looks over at you confused and then just snaps it and like, oh yeah, humans. Does that.
Wait, are we taking the humans that they're kicking out?
Might as
Or
well.
are
You
we
don't
taking
see
their
where
remaining
he's
workforce?
pulling these cigars from. He just keeps on reaching down on the other side of the throne where you can't see and like pulling them up.
It's just a crate.
So this whole place smells of cigar smoke. But again, he doesn't have a visible mouth and he's not putting it anywhere. He's just holding it.
They're grabbing cigars.
Yes.
We are going to convince them to hate humans, and then you will rally them under you and take control of the corporation while we oust the humans.
I see. So an attack from within.
Yes. With you as the face for them all to rally to against the humans.
So we gotta make them want it. We gotta make them choose us. I see. I like that. They'll behave a lot better if we do it that way.
I know what they're talking about.
Business.
Well, I'm on board with your plan, but I think we'll need some things.
You need to go to the business store.
From the business store? Yes, exactly.
Need some staplers, some tape, copy paper.
Is there Staples at the UPS?
Kobe's gonna get a bunch of glitter glue for the posters we're gonna put up to say humans suck with a big frowny face.
Exactly. Alright. So here's the deal. I agree with this plan. I like what you're thinking up. The problem is, if we get so many humans out of the company, well, that place is just gonna crumble. There's not gonna be enough workers, and you're gonna leave me with a big mess. So, we need a lot of folks from Carptown to head up to the company. We need a plan for that.
You can probably get all the crabs you want from here, so we gotta handle crab.
Well, I also need to keep our home base running. Full efficiency, of course.
Yes.
So this is an expansion plan. We're gonna need new members. We're gonna need to get some carp on board.
I certainly know many cop who are deep in gambling debts.
Yeah, all of them.
Yeah.
They just trade debts.
Perhaps we could play up the environments that they'll be working in and make it sound like a wonderful new opportunity has opened up for them. That there aren't many slots open, but if they get there right now, they can get a better job than any of their dearly hated friends.
We do need a whole dog. That's a new place. So if they
yes.
don't like up, they can go down.
Yes.
We can call that upwards mobility opportunity. Being able to choose where you work. A lot of very bad phrasing that makes it sound like they have freedom they don't.
I like the way you think. So, you go get the cart people. We'll assemble the crab people. We'll come down the mountain. You'll come up the cliffs. And, we'll put a lot of plants in that audience. Start shouting things that are favorable for us, of course.
Oh, we have plant people.
No, I think you gotta go a little farther west and south for that.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, out in those druid forests.
The sheep fucker.
The sheep fuckers, yes.
I'm so confused.
I like the idea that everyone in this universe is like, yeah, the
Yeah.
sheep fucker. It's not like a disdain, it's just like a collective
It's a
embarrassment.
disappointment.
Snaps another cigarette.
He grabs a cigarette and snaps that
We
because
don't
it's
talk
not
about
humans.
plant people here either.
Even the racist lobster has standards.
Exactly. So, if you all can convince, what he's saying here is, if you all can convince cart people to come work for the company, then maybe especially convince them that there's this brand new leadership that'll be taking over there and it'll be an excellent opportunity. Then yeah, he's on board with your plan. So that's the offer.
Excellent.
And then you'll have an ally in the company who can be one of your new vile friends.
And help dig hole.
We don't have a way to launch our dragon from here.
You just roll it off a cliff.
Okay.
Slide it
Do
down
we
the
have
hill.
like a spring that we built into it that we hand crank, and we just have to make sure it's pressed against the ground and like
I think right
we
now
throw the
we
switch
just
and it go bang.
penguin slide launch.
Is there a conveniently placed like ski jump?
It's a pretty steep mountain.
Yeah, but we need the ski jump part is pivotal.
Now we'll find.
We can
You
deploy
just-
the
This is the tallest mountain. You just find one of the other peaks nearby and just slide off.
Wallace
the
and
peak.
Gromit style.
Yes.
Are going to need propaganda of you as this brilliant new leader. Just posters to slap up all around town, flyers to hang up of you being huge and strong and covered in money and uniting all over the carts because you love them so much.
All right. We can do that.
Get your best
We'll get them crab boys working on
Crab artists. They have to look.
that. Yeah, they look.
No, they just
You're
pivot
right.
their
They
eyes.
could use a mirror.
Well, when they were talking to you, they kept pivoting back and forth. So
What's the point of the eye stalks then?
That they have yet to discover.
they didn't determine their biology. They just happened to- They evolved to ever look forward and never look back.
That's why they're so good at business.
Yes, exactly.
Whoever fucked that crab deserved their fantasy opportunity.
humans.
All right.
So we need to go to Carptown.
Yeah.
It's right down there. We just follow in that direction and we'll be there.
We have determined we're very fast in that direction.
All right, let's shake on it. Hold down his giant lobster claw.
It's just like snaps.
Yeah, it's like the two points of it just like wrap on the top and bottom of your claw. Like,
Incredible. Then it's a deal. Resisting my urge to introduce gambling into the deal. Sweating profusely.
exactly.
Well,
Fish
that's how we're going to execute the deal.
Let's make it interesting. If we lose, we die.
Wait,
Wait,
we already win. Stop it.
exactly.
Don't you worry, we never lose.
We have yet to.
That's true.
So you all get back in your Trojan Dragon, and you slide it down the mountain,
Yeah.
Yes.
build up some speed, and then the wings unfurl, and it just soars up, and away. And you make it back down to the lighthouse. Do you have a landing plan for the dragon at the lighthouse?
I think we're going straight to Carb Town.
Oh, you
If we
could.
can.
Yeah,
With all
you
of
just
the
plunk
prop-
into the water.
Yep.
Straight to the bottom.
Yeah.
Smash right into the water.
Captain Nemo style.
All right. So, so we've got a couple minutes left here. I think our proposed house rule we were trying out about doing XP only during downtime.
Yeah.
It's going to be a little slow. So, how about we do XP now? For
Okay.
the last few missions. If everyone wants to look at their XP questions, we'll figure that out. And hopefully we'll get some XP a little faster.
Progress on the master plan. Do you count completing the car house because that was kind of from
That was kind of from last time.
Yeah.
But I think you started working on the master plan. Well, do we even have a next stage of the master plan?
We don't.
We're making connections.
We've
not written anything down.
Stage 2 of the master plan, making connections.
It could be because we don't have a vital friend
Gather
yet.
allies.
Gather allies. Okay, so let's make stage 2 of the master plan, gather allies, and we'll say, yeah, you've made progress on it.
You have it.
Somebody's got the dungeon sheet.
Yeah.
One of y'all.
Acted like a monster. I did hit a very volatile object several times.
You did. You acted like a monster. Gladys acted like a monster by with the getting your ghosts back, and also the violence of you just nailing people in the face with coins.
That's pretty violent.
Yeah, that's pretty monster-like.
I don't think I fulfilled any XP triggers.
I don't think we all used any gear.
Well, everyone fulfilled the master plan, so everyone gets one for that. No gear was really used because there wasn't a real raid,
Yeah.
but you can at least get that little bit XP for the master plan.
I'm full. What does that do?
If you're full, you reset it, and you get to pick another one of your abilities here. One of your calling abilities. There aren't levels in this game, but there are abilities, so you just earn more and more. And also, nobody played up being injured or anything because we didn't have it this time. But hey, more abilities.
Yeah. Huzzah.
Huzzah. What are the cool Kobe abilities we got here?
That's a cool person.
Not a Christmas tree.
No.
I'm going to go creative frenzy.
Ooh.
Creative frenzy. What does that do?
On success while working on crafting downtimes, the downtime isn't consumed.
Oh.
There's no limit.
You also
cool.
gain a
Just keep
downtime
going.
action you can only use to craft. That's great.
+1 downtime action, and if I ever succeed, I can just keep doing it.
And keep doing it until you fail, yep.
Nice.
It says on a success, so it's 6.
On a success, yeah, that's right. So if you ever roll a 6, you just get to go again as well. Sick.
That's your crafting dice explode.
Yes.
Which is great because I have 3 in Tinker, so it's just gonna.
Exploding crafting does sound very Monster Science. Yeah. Alright. So I think that'll be it for tonight.
Yeah.
Thanks y'all for playing.
Thank you very much for
Thank
that.
you.
Sure. I'm glad to be.
As always for putting up with
No, it's
that
fun.
insanity.
It's super fun to have the crab and lobster people.
Racist.
To the racist crab lobster people. Unsurprising. Attempting to infiltrate and take over the corporation.